Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hi, Collective. Welcome back into the channel, you guys. So, you guys, this is going to be your romance and love oracle message for the day. So, I'm just going to pull the spread, kind of see what our storyline is, see what you guys got going on in matters of the heart. This may be a message pertaining to a current situation that you're in. It may be pertaining to a past situation. Flip it where it needs to go. If the message doesn't resonate for you, that is okay. Also, if the message does resonate or you do like the message, I greatly appreciate all of your support. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, hit the all button so you don't miss any of my future messages for you as well. So we're going to pull from our Romance and Love Oracle. And then at the end, I'm also going to pull an unsent letter message if this is pertaining to a past person. And then also I will pull some characteristic cards for you guys as well, just to see if we can get some additional details about who is involved in the situation. All right, you guys, all of my current followers and subscribers, welcome back. Thank you for being here with me again. Welcome all of the incoming followers and subscribers. Always happy to have you guys join the Soul Tribe. But let's see what you guys got going on in matters of love at this time. All right, Collective, what you guys got going on? What do you guys got going on right now in matters of romance and love? Oh, interesting. All right, well, let's start here. So the first one out we have is Sparks, that came out in the reverse. Keep the sparks flying, surprise each other with gestures of love. Somebody's losing sparks for somebody. Somebody who has some pretty major imperfections. Love is a beautiful mess. Embrace its imperfections. Somebody is not willing to deal with somebody's imperfections. The sparks are lost possibly in this situation. Then we also have windows in the reverse. A new adventure in love is coming. Get ready. Okay. Somebody's not ready for a new opportunity in matters of the heart here. What else do we have? Heartbreak in the reverse. Heartbreak is part of the human experience. It will pass. Somebody's not able to get over their heartbreak that they're dealing with because they have not received an apology, I see. Okay. Never underestimate the power of a heartfelt apology. In the reverse, all of these are in the reverse except this one. Wow. You will meet a new love interest at a party or a night out. This is interesting already, you guys. Okay. So we have sparks in the reverse. I mean, sparks speak of, just that fire between two people, the passion, the romance, the excitement. So I'm talking to a group of you. It could be you, Collective. It could be somebody that you're dealing with. Like I said, flip it where it goes. But if this is you, Collective, you are no longer feeling the sparks between you and another individual, and you are completely done with their imperfections, meaning I don't think the imperfections are pertaining to what they look like. I feel like these type of imperfections are more talking about maybe their behavior, the behavior that this person brings to the relationship. It seems like it's chaotic or toxic, and you are not willing to embrace these actions anymore. You're not willing to let the behavior of the person that you're dealing with slide. So you're losing, your spark for them. You're losing your desire for them. And you feel like there hasn't been, new opportunities for you guys to grow in love with this window in the reverse. There's been nothing new going on. It's been stagnant, and you feel nothing. It seems like just heartbreak. You're not able to get over how heartbroken you are in this particular relationship at this time. And I don't know if that is because of something specific that this person has done, but it seems like it, because it seems like you have been possibly waiting on this person to bring you an apology that you have not received yet. And so this is further making you feel or lose the spark for this individual. You are falling out of love for this person. You are just tired of dealing with, their crash, behavior, that seems to keep disappointing you or keep breaking your heart in some way. I don't know if this person is maybe spending more time with other people rather than you. So you're feeling left out. You're feeling like, there's no connection. It's not growing. Like I said, with this window in the reverse, saying, a new adventure and love, is coming. You feel like there are no adventures, there's no vacations being planned, there's no night out, there's no date nights, there's no Netflix and chill situations going on. And you just kind of feel like this person is not putting any effort, but they're acting out in some way. And I just wonder if there's a reason, but in some way, shape, or fashion, this person has completely broken your heart and you haven't been able to get past it because they have not brought you a sincere apology, something heartfelt to let you know that they are sorry for the actions that they've taken towards you. Again, this could be something specific. I don't know if they've stepped out. I don't know, if they were disrespectful in some way, just with their words. Again, their behavior, seems to be less than perfect between the two of you. But like I said, there has been no accountability that this person has taken this far. So you are still feeling this heartbreak. And I feel like you're at the point maybe where you're ready to start looking for a new love. You're ready to start getting out into the world, and you're thinking about walking away, collective, if this is you. Again, if I'm talking about you and you're the person acting this way, like I said, flip it where it goes. But the bottom line, somebody's behavior has not been up to par in a dynamic between two people. Somebody is completely heartbroken because their partner is not taking accountability. They're not coming in with any apologies. And there's just seems to be no light at the end of the tunnel, with nothing new going on, no type of connection happening. Somebody is falling out of love, and that has to be a very hard feeling, especially if there were truly love there at one point. Yeah, friendship in the reverse. So this says this connection is based on friendship. It may never develop into romance. With this being in the reverse, this is telling me that this is worse than even just being friends. I feel like somebody is losing respect for their partner. Somebody is completely losing respect for their other person. Because again, even if you guys have had an argument or something happened or somebody did something out of line, if there is respect there, between two people, if you've been together for a little while, if there's been a situation where somebody hurt someone else's feelings, even if as romantic partners you guys maybe are not truly getting along, at the end of the day there should be still some level of friendship between two people, enough to where whoever caused the imbalance should come in and show respect to their partner and give an apology in order to try to restore the balance between two. Is this a situation where somebody is losing interest? That becomes the question here. Is somebody completely losing interest? Yeah, somebody is feeling like this is no longer their wish fulfillment. And I feel like it's the individual who is waiting for this apology to come in from their partner. You are waiting to be acknowledged. You're waiting for your partner or the person who caused the imbalance to come in and make it right. You're looking for them to acknowledge that you have feelings and that they overstepped and they made you feel bad. And again, with this heartbreak in the reverse, I feel like you've been sitting in this feeling for a little while. And you feel like, yeah, you feel like this person is avoiding coming in and addressing this. You're feeling like, instead of them coming in and addressing the situation with you head on and saying, you know what, hey, I really messed up in the situation. I was disrespectful. I acted out. I don't know what I was thinking, or, I was drinking, or whatever the case may be. Some things you may be able to forgive, collective, if they can come in and take accountability. And there may be things that you cannot forgive, or you may forgive, but you won't be able to stay in this relationship. So, depending on the severity, the bottom line is, big or small, if this a person is avoiding coming in and just acknowledging it, it can turn into something bigger. It can begin to spiral if this person keeps avoiding the situation, like it seems they are at this time. Yeah, see, because if this is about true love, if there's truly love between two people, it should be a deep enough connection to where there is respect. There should be a deep enough connection where there is friendship. It should be a deep enough connection to where, an apology should be very simple. It shouldn't be where somebody's ego is overriding them coming in and saying, again, you know what? Hey, yes, I realize I fucked up. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do XYZ, or I'm sorry I broke your heart. I'm sorry I disappointed you. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry I was disrespectful and said those nasty things to you that I shouldn't have said. Whatever it is, if this is about love, if someone says that they love another person, an apology should be very, very simple in order to keep two people balanced, to keep people on the same page. Imperfections happen, things happen, but I feel like eventually, if somebody does not come in and address this, somebody will end up being an ex, and somebody will end up having to heal from this heartbreak. And I feel like, collective, if this is you dealing with another individual, this is kind of what you're feeling. You're at the point where you're like, hey, if they're not willing to come in and address this matter, come and talk to me directly, just at least give an apology and acknowledge, take accountability for the pain that they've caused, then what type of relationship do you really have with each other? If an apology is that difficult for someone to give you, which may not even begin to truly make up for the situation, if they're not even willing to do that, then yes, you're missing a level of friendship, and you're definitely missing a level of true love. Because again, the bottom line is, you cannot say you truly love someone and you cannot even take accountability for a wrongdoing, for an action that you took that was devastating to the other person. That's not how this works. Yeah. I mean, somebody is running away from this. The person who's trying to avoid coming in, again, I mean, is the situation deeper? I feel like, collective, all you want is to feel this star energy. You want to have hope and optimism for this relationship. You want to feel like you have a powerful connection with this other person. But right now, at this point, you're questioning whether or not you guys should even be together, because I feel like this is what you're looking for. You're looking for abundance. You're looking for abundant love. You're looking for, again, true love. And I love how it fell right under true love. You're looking for an abundance of true love with the person. But right now, you have someone who is avoiding even coming in. They're hiding away. They're projecting, or they're denying that they even need to address something. They're ignoring the situation altogether. Whatever they're doing is keeping you heartbroken. Yes, and now it's becoming toxic at this point. Now it's just a level of toxicity. You're not enjoying yourself anymore. You feel drained all the time because this is something that you can't move past. If you guys are living together, how do you move past the situation? It's like the elephant in the room that's never being addressed. And collective, I feel like, who am I to have to ask this person for an apology when they know what they've done? And if the person thinks that time will pass and you'll be able to move past this, yes, that is not going to end well. I feel like you're going to end up possibly walking away, because that tells me that if they cannot apologize this time, when something else happens, you won't get an apology that time. Or if it takes this person too long to come in with an apology, it won't mean anything, because then it will be like, okay, you're coming in to apologize now, but for what reason? What is it that you want? Because now months have passed, but now what? There's something that they need from you. So now all of a sudden they're ready to apologize. That's also unacceptable. Again, all of that is making you question their motive, is making you question truly their love for you, if there really is any. And if there is, it's very toxic love. It's not the abundant type of love that you need at this time. So I don't know who this person is or what they've done. Again, this could be a romantic partner. This could be husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. I mean, this could even be just a soulmate, somebody that you're really close to. But at the end of the day, when someone does something that hurts someone's feelings and they choose to avoid taking accountability, it literally makes you question the whole relationship, because it makes you question if this person truly has respect for you, or is their ego and pride bigger than their love for you. And sadly, a lot of the times that does happen, and people end up losing out on great relationships, great people in their lives, because they refuse to put their ego and pride to the side, be humble enough to say, yes, again, I fucked up. I am so sorry. I'm sorry I did X, Y, and Z. And not just saying, I'm sorry, can we move on? No, truly being accountable in a situation means listing out exactly the behaviors that you know hurt the other person. Anybody can just say, I'm sorry, and not mean it. It needs to be heartfelt. This needs to happen to avoid the other person becoming the ex. And that's just the bottom line in this situation. Let me get some characteristics. Let's see if we can get a few characteristics to see who's involved in this situation. I don't feel like this is a past person quite yet, but they are definitely on the verge of becoming one if they don't come in with this apology. And again, it really should be pretty straightforward. If this person truly loves you, if there is love between two people, an apology, again, should be the easiest thing to do. What should be harder is making sure that the person proves that they actually mean what they're saying. Because again, if somebody says, I'm sorry, but their actions don't match their words, or they constantly are doing the same behavior, it really doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. They're just talking. Yeah. So this is definitely a situation between two lovers that I'm talking about. You know, there should be infinite love between two people. There should be a connection that is strong to feel like it's true. But right now, without this, again, it will end up being lovers turning to exes. Okay. You could be dealing with somebody in your community collective. So again, this could also be a friendship situation. This could be a friendship group, you know, that maybe has done something wrong to you. Somebody could be a journalist in this situation. Let's see who else could be involved in this. Somebody feels lost. Somebody's needing clarity. And I feel like this is you, collective. I feel like you are this lost soul. I feel like you really want clarity. You feel confused. You feel defeated. And there's a struggle within you because you're trying to figure out if this is somebody that you should actually keep holding on to, if they're worth holding on to at this point. And I just feel like if this person can, I mean, maybe you're dealing with somebody that's emotionally immature. That's what I see when I see young, you know? They have potential, but if their mindset is not mature on an emotional level, this could be why. Maybe they've always been coddled. Maybe they've always, you know, been able to get away with things without people calling them out or making them accountable, you know, in the situation. And this is why, you are feeling so down and heartbroken. I feel like it shouldn't be something that collective you have to ask for. Again, if there is truly love between, yeah, you feel completely betrayed, and you feel betrayed more. You feel that they are disloyal. You feel like they're breaking the bond between you two because they're refusing to come in and give you this apology. And that is unfortunate, because it could be a situation where you guys have been together for a while, but they're literally going to lose out on you. Again, flip it. If this is you and there's somebody that you need to apologize to, I want you to understand that your lack of action towards that other person, your lack of accountability, you allowing ego and pride to stay in the way, you can possibly lose that other person. Or if this has happened already, you lost. You became a challenge to the person that you should have been loving. It became too challenging for this person to hold on to their love for you, because it seemed like you were not concerned about their heart space. You were not concerned about making sure that they were protected, that they were nurtured. And lack of nurture, protection, again, there's not even friendship. You can't even call that friendship. If somebody is okay with betraying you, they're not concerned about your heart space, they're emotionally immature, and they challenge you in a way that seems like they're in competition, or they just don't care for you. Again, then if the collective walks away, then what's the point of it? What is the point of this relationship? It wouldn't, there's nothing to gain. There's nothing to gain. Let's just see if this is a past person collective that you dealt with before, that you walked away from. Let's just see what they have to say to you now that you have decided that you no longer wanted to be with them after they broke your heart. They are now your ex, and you are in the process of healing from this situation that you were in. Let's just see what they have to say. Let's just see if this is again pertaining to a past person that you've already walked away from. Now they want to let you know that you're a masterpiece. Now they want to let you know that you were the best thing in their life. But at this point, if you've already walked away, guess what? It's too late. But at least they could possibly be honest. Again, if you walked away from this person and you guys have been in separation, they also would let you know things I wish I could tell you. Not your fault, the truth, and move on. So at least they would allow you to move on, because they know that they don't deserve you, because they didn't treat you well when they had you, and they should let you go. It's always unfortunate, you guys, because trust is something, and integrity is, it's easily lost, but it's so hard to regain. And being accountable, taking accountability, admitting your mistakes, nurturing a friendship, a romantic partner, they should be your best friend on some level, at all, in all levels. That should be the person that you trust the most before anyone. If you have that type of connection, if you're living together, if you've been in a long-term relationship or friendship. But when there's a level of betrayal and one person cannot be accountable, and they're disrespectful and they disregard your feelings, it's really hard to have sparks and be in love with someone. This is something that I like to always say. It's very easy to love someone that you can trust, but it's very hard to trust someone. It's very hard to trust someone that you love, especially if they've done you wrong. It's easy, again, to be in love with someone that you trust, right? Because there's a level of trust there. Of course, you can fall in love with this person because you're protected, they nurture you. But you don't always trust someone that you love, because you can love someone with all of your heart, but if you know that you cannot trust them, it doesn't matter. At that point, you have to love them from afar or you fall out of love. Exactly what's going on in this situation. The sparks are no longer there. The butterflies are gone because there was a level of betrayal. And for some of y'all, you walked away already, and now this person wish they could let you know that it wasn't your fault. They wish they could tell you the truth, and they know it's time, it was good to move on. Some of y'all that walked away, they wish they could let you know that you were a masterpiece. You were the best things about their life, but they didn't treat you as such while they had you. And then they let you walk away. They never took accountability, and you were left to pick up the pieces and heal on your own. So this is a message of encouragement for someone who's gone through this situation, who's lost someone. If you were the person who did the wrong thing, hopefully in your next relationships, you learn to be humble and take accountability and always apologize to the person that you say that you love. Don't lose the trust. Don't lose the bond, because once it's gone, it is pretty much impossible to regain that level of trust again, for that person to look at you the same and feel those same feelings again. So just don't allow it to be lost because your pride and ego, because I'm sure your pride and ego is not going to cuddle with you at night. Your pride and ego is not going to tell you that they love you. Your pride and ego is not going to give you a hug when you need it. Your pride and ego is not going to lift your spirits when you're feeling down. Your pride and ego is not going to feed you a good meal when you're hungry. So really, is it worth it? I would say not, but that would be for you to decide. Wow, this was an intense one, but hopefully it resonated. Hopefully I gave you some food for thought, whoever is dealing with a situation like this. But until next time, you guys, bye.